I don't know how old I was the first time I heard Chris Christopherson speak and sing the lyrics for To Beat the Devil. I don't remember.
It was wintertime in Nashville.
But I know two
Down
things.
on Music City Road.
By the time I heard it, I was already chasing something as a writer and a filmmaker. Because the song is about feeling a little beaten up and broken down and losing hope and dreams. And as a struggling artist, I knew all about that. Because when he spoke those verses or sang that first chorus, I felt like he was talking straight to me. The right artist makes you feel like they're reading your mail. And the second thing I know is this. There was me before I heard that song, and there was me after I heard that song. There was a before and there was an after. The right lyrics, if they're true enough, can shine a light right into your soul. The right song can change your whole life. So when's the last time you played here?
It's been a little while, a couple of years.
It's only my favorite bar on the planet.
Right?
Maybe my favorite place on the planet.
Well, it's 6 a.m. We're pushing hard, and I'm not in office. We're passing cars. I still just.
What is it about country music that compels you? I mean, like, obviously, you're not genetically inclined to country music. What do you like about country?
I think that it's the most honest form of mainstream music that there is, in my opinion. You've got some different styles of music that can put the emotion out there, but not in the same way. You know, like I can sit here and compare folks like Alicia Keys. I think it's amazing, and I feel it.
Sure.
You know, but with a lot of the country artists, it's a different kind of thing, and I think that's what pulls me. That's what draws me. Is I want to be able to. I'm an emotional person, so I like to put that out there and show people through the music that I play, and that seems to be the best way for me to get it done.
Well, there's like the, and I can't remember who said it, maybe you know, like the quote about country music is 3 chords and the truth.
Absolutely.
And I think when you scale it down, like, especially the kind of country music that you play, like outlaw country, do you consider yourself outlaw country?
Not so much. If you listen to, especially about what is coined outlaw nowadays.
What is outlaw country?
Nowadays, it's a lot of folks trying to look the part. You know, if you don't have long hair and a beard, then
right.
you know you're not going to get very far. But you know, and everybody's trying to sing with more of a nasally kind of way. I don't think I'd do that. There's too many guys out there that are already doing that. I want to be the first Casper McWade, not the next this guy.
Casper McWade is a country music singer and songwriter who spent a lot of years on the road playing in big towns and small places. He's a little like that guy in the Christopherson song, traveling the country and trying to spread a little truth. Okay, so you're playing all the time?
All the time.
How much of your time are you on the road?
I've been on the road 2 to 3 months at a time, 2 or 3 times a year.
What's your favorite part about being on the road?
My favorite part about being on the road, I think, is getting to see all the folks, all the friends that I've made as I've been going, because I've been doing this for quite a few years now. There's nothing like the warm welcome of, you know, extended family is what I like to call them. You know, I'll go to Louisiana or Georgia or wherever, and the folks there are just amazing. And I've not met but maybe one bad person the whole time I've been out. Usually, those kind of folks don't attend my shows.
Only good people come to your
Only
shows?
good people.
Good.
And that's not even kissing ass. That's just...
No, that doesn't sound like kissing ass at all.
I've not met a bad one. One at a show. A guy tried to punch me in the back of the head.
Well, what'd you do to?
Actually, I just stepped out of the way and he fell through the window. That was nothing to do with you know, I didn't break out my kung fu skills or nothing.
Why was he?
Because this girl thought I was good looking. Oh. She was right, but you know.
Right. My favorite tune of yours is The Forgotten Son. We were at Winsett's Christmas Jam.
Right.
And I said, play the saddest tune you got.
Right.
Because I'm a mope and I'm a big fan of that stuff. And you played it, and it was, I I mean, it was devastating. Like, how true is that?
It's 100% true. It took a good 6 months or more for me to be able to play that song live. Being out on the road like I have been for so long it really takes a toll on your family. I've got, my boy was deciding he all of a sudden didn't care anything about Dad because I wasn't there anymore. The same kid that wanted to be me, so badly wanted to do anything that Daddy did until that point. So it was tough to write about. And I tell people when I play that song live that this is the most honest thing I've ever written. Sometimes honesty's ugly, and it's hard to sing a song that talks bad about yourself. Nobody wants to put themselves in a bad light. But I think in order to be honest with the folks that are listening and to be honest with myself, I had to write that song. And I'm not looking forward to the next one. Hopefully there's not another one that serious and that honest. But it's there. And I think it does what it's supposed to do.
I had a mentor in college, and he was a writer, a novelist, and it was about the time I was getting into screenplays, and he talked about the pursuit, whatever it is, right? Music or screenplays, films.
Right.
At the time, the idea of children was foreign to me, but I remember him telling me, in regards to a girlfriend, you're always going to be cheating on her. There's going to be an element of you that's always cheating. And not with another woman, but with this passion that you've got, this hunger. I think that that's something that you have to, at some point, realize you're paying, is the cost.
Now my boy is in his teens and almost grown. He's dropped out of school and moved out on his own. Lord, I pray somehow you'll help me now. Look after my kid. Don't let him take the long, hard road like his daddy did.
I've tried and tried to no avail to try to write something that has nothing to do with me or anybody I know. And I can't do it. I've tried.
You're bringing your experiences, your pain, your love, your happiness, your whatever, your weariness. What are you wanting to get out of that?
The same thing that I get out of other artists is, for instance, I just cut a song that I didn't write, which doesn't happen very often. I've only done 2 or 3, and this one was by a very close friend of mine I grew up with. It's a song called "In My Dreams." When he first showed it to me, I sat there in my living room while he played it for me, and I cried like a little girl. Part of it was because I was so damn proud of him, because he kind of struggled with singing in front of people for a long time. And then he brought me this masterpiece and sat there and played it for me. He said, "You know what that's about?" And I said, "Yeah, I know exactly what that's about." He said, "Okay, tell me." So I told him what I thought it was about. And he said, "That ain't what it's about at all." And I said, "I wish you wouldn't have told me that." And he's like, "Why?" I said, "Because to me, that's what it was about." I tried now because of that. When somebody said, "What's that song about?" "I don't know. What's it about to you?"
That's it.
It's so easy to interpret something, and it's so beautiful when you can. Something that somebody else may have written for any other reason. If it means something to you and it's completely different, that's gorgeous.
There's this story with Springsteen. I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan. And I believe Max Weinberg had come to him right when Max had joined the band, and he had asked who a woman was in the song. I believe it was a Wendy in one of his songs. It was Mary or Wendy all the time. And he asked Springsteen, "Who is Wendy?" And Bruce's response was, "Well, who is she to you?"
Right.
And I think that's kind of a beautiful thing. I think you're right. Like the beauty of like writing love songs or tragic songs or anything like that is you're offering up something that you feel, and then somebody else can take that and then not feel quite so alone. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Even no matter how different the experiences may be, we all share those things. That's the sort of experience that crosses political lines, or religious lines, race lines.
Yeah, because it's on the human line.
Right.
It's right down the middle.
Absolutely.
Hello, lonesome. Hello, blue. Hello,
no hard time. How are you?
All right.
You got nothing.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's
you made it.
doggone romantic. All right. We've been talking about the road. We've been talking about being weary. We've been talking about the years and the sacrifices. Tell me a little bit about your very first gig.
Very first gig, very first time on stage. 5th grade, Edison Elementary, Bristow, Oklahoma. I was asked to, well, I wasn't asked, I was more forced to get up and sing The Little Drummer Boy for our Christmas program. I wasn't a wealthy child, I wasn't even well off, so I did a lot of hand-me-downs, and so my cousin had a brand new-ish pair of Chuck Taylor Spuds McKenzie high tops, and handed them down to me, and I thought they were the coolest thing ever. And so I got up to go walk up the steps, and these shoes are like 2 sizes too big. I didn't give a damn. I was wearing these shoes.
Right.
So I naturally trip up the stairs, and everybody's laughing, which didn't do much for the esteem of a 5th grader that's going to sing for his first time in front of anybody. So I get up behind the microphone, and they start the music, and I just close my eyes, and I know what my cue is, so I count myself in, you know, just inside my head to myself, 1, 2, 3, and I just start singing, and I've got my eyes closed to the whole thing. And so when I finish the song, it's like quiet, and I open my eyes, and everybody's standing up, and they just go crazy and, you know, clapping and screaming and whistling. And it was at that very moment I knew that I wanted to sing for the rest of my life. And so, you know, there's one for the Little Drummer Boy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? I don't know how you imagine like your first big romance. You know what I mean? Like your first big love, your first moment of sort of self-actualization. Like, this is who I am. This is who I want to be. And now, a couple of years later, that's what you're doing.
That's it. That's how it went down, and thank God it did. You know?
Do you ever play or sing Little Drummer Boy?
No, that would be an atrocity now.
He lost his mama to the drugs when he was young. No, his mom's not dead, but her heart's gone. I wonder what he thinks of her as the time keeps rolling on. I wonder, does he feel like the forgotten son?
All right, Adam, I got a question for you.
All right.
If you were able to do what I do for a living,
Chasing neon dreams,
making the same income, would you be able to leave your family at home to do so?
wanna be like him when he was 12 years old. Yeah, he used to wanna be like me, I'm told.
Being gone for 2 and 3 months, 2 or 3 times a year, I could not do what you do.
Most folks can't.
I'm fortunate with filmmaking. I'm able to gauge a little more in regards to the time that I'm gone. But the schedule that you're talking about, the constant pursuit, and you can't be a hobbyist. If you're a hobbyist, then what you're sacrificing is not the juice is not worth the squeeze.
Exactly.
So it's got to be like, well, I'm all in, and no, I couldn't.
I've not known very many folks that can.
Not long ago we'd run these streets, nobody now can keep up with me. Make a run to the liquor store, close the bar, come back for more. Yeah, me and my brother Jim, just me and my brother Jim. Boy, fire 'em up, burn 'em down, not much to do in this boring town. sit outside with the radio and have a beer in the morning glow. Yeah, me and my brother Jim, just me and my brother Jim. Till one evening, just a little after midnight, the motorcycle burned up and pulled the headlight. I wanted him to run. He stood right there by my side and took him off the tail. Now I'll tell you something that ain't right. Now Tim's in jail, they won't let him out. I'm left alone to terrorize this town. Yeah, I tried to write him maybe once or twice. He writes me back to tell me how I'm fine. Yeah, me and my brother Jim, just me and my brother Jim. When they said it free, we're gonna have ourselves a good time. We'll sit and drink a case of 2 cold beer, cause I'm bound to get a little rowdy. Out at the moonlight ain't hurting anybody, just catching up on lost time. Now I'm running down this dead end street, just trying to get back on my feet. Someday my ship will be coming in, but I'll sit and drink a beer until then. Yeah, me and my brother Jim, just me and my brother Jim.
In To Beat the Devil, Christopherson's narrator faces up to his temptation and comes out on top, healed, inspired, maybe even a little reborn. He steals the devil's song and drinks his beer for nothing. But not everybody makes it. Some people, they give up, and they give in, and they lose out to the cynicism and maybe the common sense. But some people, they keep fighting, they keep going, and they keep singing.
If I told you that